One person that has been very, very important and influential to me in my unfixed life, it goes to my mommy. My mommy is my rock. She's my role model. I feel as though my mommy is the sun, the water, the air to a blooming flower, and I'm the blooming flower. That's how I feel.
David has been just absolutely incredible through my entire chronic illness journey.
The doctor that I had at OSHU.
My mom.
My acupuncturist.
My friend Danny.
She has been there for me every step of the way.
This is my son, Destin.
Why don't you start by introducing yourself?
I am Mia. I am the community producer and editor of this film. I am also your sister, Elena.
Oh, nice to meet you.
This is Alex, and he is my partner in business and life, and we've been together for over 5 years.
So here we are in the woodshed, a couple of old lesbians talking.
My daughter helps me out a lot. You know, from afar, she lives in Texas, but she helps me out big time. Like, she motivates me to get better.
For the last 26 years, my wife has stood by me through 7 military moves, raising 3 children, putting up with a lot of my nonsense, quite honestly.
My wife has been great. She's been super helpful. She strikes a really good balance for, I think, what I need right now, or where I am in my life, and that she doesn't constantly ask me questions about how I'm feeling or how my tremor is or how it's doing. But if she sees something unusual, she'll mention it to me. And if I bring things up, she'll give me her honest feedback.
With my mom, she's the most loving and caring person I've ever met.
You have created such a safe space for me to exist in.
She genuinely cares, and she is genuinely committed to the well-being of her patients, and you can feel it.
She was really patient with me. I'm sure I was a pain in the ass at the beginning.
He's been so supportive and instrumental to me, not only continuing to fight for myself, but there were times just with my chronic illness where I felt suicidal or I couldn't fight for myself anymore.
Teaching me to accept and love myself, which my mom is amazing at. And, just showing me the light in the world. And my girlfriend just kind of really cheering me on while I push myself harder every day to kind of, walk and go to rehab and try different things and do whatever while I'm adjusting to my new life.
When it takes, over a year and a half to figure out what's going on with your body, it can be really defeating. And I definitely had many times where I just wanted to give up and say, screw it. I am tired of seeing doctors who don't believe that something's wrong or who can't find out what's wrong. And she didn't let us stop there. She really did a great job of encouraging me and pushing me to keep going till where we could finally find a diagnosis.
She read everything she could in terms of this disorder, read everything she could about the treatments and what I was facing, because she knew, having anxiety, that I would be just a mess reading this and panicking. So for whatever reason, I believe she thought that if she told me, it would be better for me.
We were going through this thing of depending on each other and being vulnerable and not being the capable people that we had once been. And this was really hard and stretching our trust for each other.
So we were married for a year when I got this diagnosis.
What was it like for you when I first got sick? What was going through your mind?
His life has drastically changed,
and it's been very traumatic for him.
It was confusing as to why you weren't getting better.
I'm sad. I feel gypped.
It's a hard thing to do, and it's easy as well, because the easy part is you love the person, so it's easy to take care of them. But on the other hand, it's hard because you have no idea what they're going through. You think you know, you try to know it, but you have no idea.
So yes, it's although it can be difficult, it's not something that is, you know, a crippling effect on my life.
You love the person as they are. You treat them no differently just because they may have a condition or an illness. You don't want to make them feel any worse than they already do. So love them, be there for them.
Growing up with you and seeing what you've been through and just what your life has been, and trying to make that as normal as possible, which really wasn't possible most of the time.
She was just a phone call away every time. I just can think of countless phone calls where I called her just crying or yelling or exasperated, basically with my body and my mind, and this battle that I face daily where I feel like I get in the boxing ring and have to fight tiredness, and I know I'm gonna get knocked out every single day at some point. And so it was just so reassuring to hear her voice and know that she was there for me, that she didn't quite understand what it was like, but she could at least acknowledge how tough it was and be there for me.
I can do a lot on my own, most of the time. But when I can't, my husband, Brent, I mean, he goes above and beyond. And not just like helping with things around the house, like he helps pull me out of really dark places sometimes. And he's done that a lot. And there's times when I think that I probably wouldn't have survived without him.
I really am proud of the person I became because of how much Dhaka pushed me to not accept the things I could change.
It's not an obligation or anything. I know what you're going to say, but it's not. I mean, you did the same for me.
I wonder how you found the capacity to do that.
Because I love you. So I don't think, for me, it's a matter of capacity. It's a matter of loving and holding on. I'm fiercely committed to holding on to you and to us as long as we have the good years, as long as you are here and choose to be here.
I think one of the biggest reasons that we bonded so tightly is because we needed each other so much.
My mommy, from day one of me finding out that I had Tourette's, she has just always been there for me. She motivates me and she lets me know that I can do anything that I want to. I can do anything that I put my mind to. And that just goes a long way for me. I feel as though having a mommy and I see her being such of a hard worker, it motivates me and it keeps me going.
You know the right questions to ask that won't trigger me or make me feel like I'm abnormal or it's weird.
So yes, it took me a little bit of time to get used to that, but yes.
One time before all this happened, I was surfing, almost drowned, and that could her voice, sorry, voice, you're sorry. Get a little emotional. That's the bonus of a brain injury. Your emotions go up and down. Anyway, I heard a voice say, you're gonna be you're gonna be a dad. So, now get on your board and get back to the shore. And obviously live, huh?
One of my most distinct memories is when I first found out that I was diagnosed with narcolepsy. I remember that I teared up not because I was so disappointed with the diagnosis, but actually I felt so much relief to have a name for what was going on with my body. And I turned and looked at my mom, and she just embraced me and let me cry. And she breathed that sigh of relief with me.
I think you've done a lot of soul searching and finding who you truly are. So something positive to take out of it. I mean, you're motivated, you're doing art, you're writing a book. I mean, and you're happy right now, so.
I think that when I came to a place of acceptance, things kind of turned around, and I started focusing on learning how to thrive instead of fighting every moment and wishing that it wasn't a part of my life.
It was reminding me that every single person on this planet is going through something or will be going through something on their health journey. So she doesn't make me feel like I am, out of the norms, or she doesn't make me feel sick. I think that's what it comes down to.
And she's good about integrating different parts of my health so that she treats the whole thing, this thing.
It's really important for the sake of your partner to take an active role in your own recovery as a person with chronic illness. Get a good team that can care for you in place. So good physicians, whatever other family support is available, a good mental health counselor, because having chronic illness is really tough, and you'll grieve through it, and it's hard, and it's gonna be hard on you and your partner.
He's really been there for me in a way that I didn't expect that he would need to be, but he's gone above and beyond what I could have ever hoped for. In a way, this process has maybe been one of the best things that's ever happened to us.
I only know how to do that because it was, done. It was done for me. So, thank you.
You have been such an empathetic, compassionate, caring person, and in those moments, that's what I needed the most. And so, I want to say thank you for picking me up off the floor, literally, many times, and hugging me and just being there and being present with me in the moment and telling me that it's going to be okay. I needed that more than anything in the world, and you gave that to me.
I've told you many times before that I could have the worst day ever and come home and just sitting with you or sitting by you, it just makes everything so much better, and I love you for that.
I also want you to know that no matter how this unfolds, no matter how cancer in our lives unfolds, I'll always be here. I'll always be here loving you and caring with you right to the end.